Sub-Saharan Africa. The challenge with using one of the traditional hyperscaler environments is that there is a lack of local nuance and expertise. You are just one of many customers and partners relying on their service. VMware Cloud Verified Providers changes all of that. Owning 70% of virtualization market globally, VMware has thousands of cloud providers delivering workloads to organizations around the world. Simply put, it's one of the biggest clouds available in the markets today. Our cloud verified partners have the VMware stamp of approval to develop validated cloud services based on VMware technology. Think of a VMware Cloud Verified partner as a trusted partner that sells VMware cloud services and hosts everything in a local data center, be it on premises, in their own cloud, or within the VMware hyperscale partner ecosystem. These local partners can power the future of any organizational requirements. These are the local partners that deliver global best practice with the knowledge and experience of what it means to do business across sub-Saharan Africa. As a customer, you get billed in your local currency, can have a healthy relationship with a local company that is just a phone call away, and get tailored solutions developed for your unique regulatory environment. As a partner, you have confidence that your services are validated to run VMware's best-in-class network, storage, and compute solutions. Our partners have the solutions in place to meet any business requirement, both today and in the future. They also get the back of a world-leading cloud environment that future-proofs the business, works across any cloud at any time.
We are Sumitomo Corporation, an integrated trading and business investment company. We possess locations and networks that span the globe and a firm business foundation. We are engaged in global and diversified trading and business investments with personnel from a wide variety of backgrounds. Sumitomo Corporation is a member of the Sumitomo Group, whose business origins stem from a 430-year-old copper business. The Sumitomo Group's business philosophy, which has been nurtured throughout its history, has been carried on in the corporate mission statement of the Sumitomo Corporation Group. In order to achieve sustainable growth, together with society, we have identified 6 material issues and are working to address them through our business activities. In addition, we are further enhancing our sustainability management. By clearly defining the role Sumitomo Corporation Group plays, we are strongly committed to bringing about a sustainable society. The Sumitomo Corporation Group conducts a wide range of businesses performed globally, with 6 business units, 1 initiative, and regional organizations working closely together. We are widely involved in the business field of metal products. These include steel products for the automotive, railroad, and home appliance.
Good morning. እንዴት አደራችሁ? እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ. Welcome all invited guests, participants. So because this is a hybrid event, I would like to explain what's going on here and online. I hope people online, you're receiving the video and the audio properly. Are we good to go? Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today at the Ethiopia Startup Innovation Pitch hybrid event hosted by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the Ministry of Innovation and Technology of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, MINT. My name is Meti Shoaye Yilma. I will be the facilitator of this event this morning. I'm both pleased and honored to be here, and thank you for having me. Today, we will first have 3 people speaking from the angle of startups in Africa and Ethiopia in order to delve deeper into the attractiveness of the startups arena in Africa and Ethiopia. Then we'll have 8 startup entrepreneurs selected from over 114 Ethiopian companies to speak. And we have 8 of them here. Congratulations for making it this far. Using the interactive features of the web, we would like to manage the Ethiopia Startup Innovation Pitch while listening to the opinions and questions of the participants. You will see the Q&A function in the center of the Zoom screen that you are currently viewing. So those of you online, you're seeing that. And even here, if you have questions, you can use that platform to send out questions later on. Please use this function to send us your comments, questions about startups. As time permits, we would like to ask Ethiopian entrepreneurs to answer your questions several times, so please take advantage of this function. We are also going to use the Zoom feature to let the audience participants vote on which of the 8 Ethiopian startups who will be speaking today they thought were outstanding and which tech businesses they thought were interesting. So you can also encourage and you can also give votes to the innovators here. I mean, all the 8 of them are really impressive. But since, we have to select some later on, you can use this as an advantage to actually give your vote to the entrepreneurs you're more interested in. After the 8 companies have finished their presentations, we will vote and the top 3 startups will be offered special prizes from JICA, Mint, and private companies. This will be a lengthy pitch event, and we hope that you will watch the event to the end with the feeling that you can decide for yourself which startups are the best companies of the best. We have a diverse group of people online today from various countries, including Japan, Europe, the US, Ethiopia, and other African countries. And we welcome you all to participate and to watch till the end. Japanese speakers can listen to simultaneous Japanese interpretation by pressing the button for simultaneous interpretation. We hope you will take advantage of that service as well. So here we go. We start our hybrid event, Ethiopia Startup Innovation Pitch. And now, as an opening greeting and to welcome you all, I would like to introduce the director of the JICA Ethiopia office, Mr. Katsuki Morihana. Please help me in welcoming him. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Now it's on. The Mr. Mesai Haile Mariam, advisor to the State Minister from Ministry of Innovation and Technology, distinguished speakers and panel of judges, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. And Ndemina Delachu and Enkwande Namitachu for those participating from here in the venue. My name is Katsuki Morihara. I'm the chief representative of JICA, the Ethiopia office. And first of all, on behalf of the co-organizers, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to all of you for your participation in today's event, both in person and online. As the Japanese Government Development Cooperation Agency, JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, has been extending various types of technical and financial cooperation to promote industrialization and private sector development for a long time, not only in Ethiopia, but also in the entire African continent. In our attempt to support the economic structural transformation of the African country. And in the long history of such cooperation, our support to entrepreneurs and startups are actually relatively new to us. But I must say that it has already become an indispensable part or piece of our cooperation portfolio in Africa, given the rapidly growing importance of the things like digital transformation and innovation as a means to address the development challenges in various sectors. So more specifically, JICA has recently launched the global entrepreneurship support initiative called New Innovation with Japan, or NINJA in short. And we have been providing a wide range of support for startups, both through bilateral and multilateral channels. And for example, in the multilateral front, in 2020, we have organized a large-scale business contest to identify startups who are capable of providing effective solutions to economic and social problems caused by the corona pandemic, where we ended up supporting as many as 96 companies selected from 19 countries in Africa, including Ethiopia. And on the multilateral front, we have been working with the ODA NEPAD, which is the African Union's development agency, to support their initiative called Homegrown Solutions, which kind of like a entrepreneurship support program covering 28 countries in the continent. And today's event is organized as part of our NINJA program. And in Ethiopia, this is the third business context supported by JICA. And we have been supporting the startups in this country for the last 5 years or so. And based on that very experience, I must say that I am already convinced that there are so many good and capable startups and entrepreneurs in this country, and many of them have a big world-class potential. And the 8 startup companies who are present today are the very good cases in point. And they are actually like the elite startups, so to speak, which won the very tough competition to get the support from JICA, selected from as many as 114 companies, meaning that they are the top 7% of all the applicants. And they already received various kind of trainings, and also they participated in JITEC in Dubai in October this year, which is, as you know, one of the largest tech conference in the world. And they also delivered the pitch presentations in that event as well. And just before we started this program, I was just having conversation with our Mint colleagues and startup colleagues. And then I'm extremely happy to learn that one of the 8 companies who participated in JITEC got funding of about 100,000 euro. That's a huge investment, just because of the participation in the JITEC event. So I'm very glad to hear that good news. And I think it means that they are now even more capable than before. So I would be extremely glad if today's pitch event will serve not only as an opportunity for the participants to evaluate the business potential of these 8 startups, but also as an opportunity for you to feel and recognize the big potential of the country called Ethiopia as a whole, which is gifted with so many talented young entrepreneurs and startups. So finally, let me conclude by brief opening remarks by wishing all these 8 startup colleagues all the best in your pitch presentation today. And it is my sincere hope that all the participants will feel that this event was really worth sparing your precious time to participate at the end of the event. So thank you very much once again for your participation, and please enjoy the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morihana. እናመሰግናለን. Arigato. One reminder, please, all of us, let's put our phones on silent mode. Thank you. So next, I would like to invite Ms. Sachiko Hara from JICA to give her remarks, and please help me in warmly welcoming her.
Yes, thank you, Meti. My name is Sachiko Hara. I'm the JICA International Cooperation Agency. We are supporting the startup around the world, especially in Ethiopia, with the Ministry Innovation Technology. Thank you very much for today. So before starting today's event, I would like to have a really small question, especially for the online participant, because as you know, there are many online participants joined it today from Japan, the Western country, even Ethiopia. So yes, I would like to encourage the online participant to join this event more. So yeah, I will open the online questionnaire to them. So could you open the online question? So there are 5 questions today. So I would like to ask to join this voting. So in the online view, maybe you can see the 5 questions, one question. So I would like to ask, what image do you have of Africa? I hope online participant can see it. Okay. So then there are 5 answers. Okay. Okay, you can see. The first one is that so expected future population growth in the place known as the last frontier. You know, in the Africa, the population is really growing compared to other regions. Number 2 is expected innovation from Africa, reverse innovation, especially reverse innovation. Number 3, population utilizing the internet is growing. Number 4 is the economy is developing at the accelerating pace. 5, I'm not sure. So I would like to ask the online participant to voting. How is the result? So yeah, I think we can close the voting now. Okay, yes. Thank you very much for voting. So yeah, so today would you like to tell them so the really positive side of the Africa is Africa is really changing dramatically now. So yes, then we will use a similar voting system later after finishing the pitch session. So I would like the online participant to voting. So I hope you practiced the voting this time. So now I can see the result. So number 2 is the most participant, voted. So reverse innovation. So we will talk about reverse innovation later. So please look forward to it. Thank you so much. So I'll back to the Meti.
I was also following what the participants are saying, and well, what image do you have of Africa? I think most people expect innovation to come out from Africa, and obviously today is an evidence for that, because 114 companies have participated in this, and out of which 8 have reached to this final point. So yes, more and more innovations are coming from Africa, and recently, because of policy change and the ecosystem is getting more favorable, well, we will see miracles of innovations coming from this continent, and Ethiopia is also on that track. All right, so next we will hear a lecture from a Japanese investor. First of all, from a big macro perspective, Mr. Shigeru Handa from AAIC will talk about position, significance, and investment trends of in Africa for Japan. AAIC is a Japanese investment company that promotes investment in Africa, and it's a Japanese and it has a lot of experience in this field. Now, please help me in welcoming Mr. Shigeru Handa. He's online and he is going to take the platform. Thank you and welcome, Mr. Handa.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining this seminar. My name is Shigeru Handa. I'm the director of AIC, and I'm sure you will feel the strong talent and innovative solution to be presented by the eight startups later on. So let me just provide the overview of the position significant investment trend. And first, let me introduce ourselves. AIC is has the two business arms. One is we manage venture capital. The other one is we do provide the management consultants. We have been quite active in Africa since 2015. We managed two venture capitals, invested in the 34 startups so far, and including one in Ethiopia. So let's move on to the some kind of the population side. Everybody knows by now, 1/4 of the world population is from Africa. But the GDP share is relatively still small, so the demographic dividend is still on its way. And when we look at the rankings of the world's most populous countries, 3 countries Africa are in by 2050, and Ethiopia is one of them. So you will have, Ethiopia has a great population, and when the population comes, as long as the business environment has improving, then you will be able. The Ethiopia will enjoy the economic growth. So let me touch a couple of the issues, the agendas. One is since the COP27 took place in Egypt recently, and there is great initiatives from the African global partners launched multi-billion alliances for green infrastructure. So Africa is also moving toward the green infrastructure. I understand a couple of startups today also addressing the environmental challenges. And there are a lot of green hydrogen projects in Africa. Those are also expanding. This is where the probably Japanese companies can be engaged for their future businesses. Let me touch the startup ecosystem side. It's a more broad side, but Africa startups raised $5 billion USD in 2021, and this Q1, Q2, Africa is the only continent has been successfully managing the achieving the fundraise. Even though Q3 is a challenging time, recently Africa startups raised the similar amount in 2021 or in 2022. And when we look at the landscape, we see the this is kind of overview, and the seed stage rounds has been increasing. So pipeline has been built, but there is a serious challenges in terms of the Series A and Series B stages. This can be a challenge, but at the same time, this can be opportunities. But what I can also say from the VC's perspective, having less Series A, Series B stages, it will lead the challenge in the exit in the future. So it is important to keep building the pipeline so that we will see more exit in the future. And this is the investment engagement Japanese investors companies. What I would say is that the active African players expanding their operations, but at the same time, global players from even Japan are also entering Africa. And JICA is very, very active to bring the to support the innovations across the Africa continent. Let me lastly touch the Ethiopia initiative. Ethiopia launched the fund, and Ethiopia is also opening up its state-owned economy, and especially the banking, logistics, and telecoms. And this is a very great impressive initiative recently engaged by the private sector. Sumitomo Corporation, together with Safaricom, they launched the telecom services, and also M-Pesa set for Ethiopia expansion. So let me stop here. I'm just providing some kind of overview. And it is a challenging time considering the global market and also the political situations. But at the same time, it is a very exciting time for Africa and also the startups. And Africa startups are getting more attentions from the not only the local regional players but also the global players. Has been 4 countries: Nigeria, Kenya, Egypt, South Africa, has been the very strong countries to attract. But Ethiopia is also coming as a tier 2 to boost the startup side. And what I would like to say is that it is from the investors' point of view or the corporation's point of view, it is important to understand the Africa's the market, the demands of Africa or each country like Ethiopia, and to define the purpose of why we are coming to Africa or why investing in the startups. It could be, do we coming as the let's say alternative long-term to acquire the alternative long-term asset or bring the innovations or social impact, or the to make the real business through the joint innovative solutions. So upon determination of the purpose, I think we, as a Japanese, we should be able to create the more synergies with Africa and Ethiopia. So let me stop here and thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Handa from AAIC. It was an interesting look at the bigger picture continentally and a little bit of the Ethiopian context. Next, let's look at the macro perspective a little more closely. You probably have heard the term reverse innovation. So now let's ask Sachiko Hara from JICA to tell us what the current state and attractiveness of Ethiopian startups is. And help me in welcoming Ms. Sachiko Hara.
Yes, thank you very much, Meti. So, my name is Sachiko Hara again from JICA. So, from me, I would like to explain about, I would like to focus on Ethiopian startup, especially using the keyword reverse innovation. Okay, so Ethiopian startup ecosystem is ranked in the global top 100 for the first time in 2021. Actually, this rank is gradually developing. So why the people is really attracted to the Ethiopia startup ecosystem? The biggest reason is the population. So 120 million people in the Ethiopia, and actually this is the third place in Africa. And then gradually the population will be increase more. But second reason is growth in digital development trend. So the government tended to open the digital market. Third one is several ecosystem builder in Addis Ababa. The fourth one is government support, and actually the government is developing the Startup Act to support the startup. The fourth thing we can learn in the lecture 3, next presentation, the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, they will talk about it detail. So this is like a fintech in Ethiopia, fintech market. So recently, Sumitomo launched a telecom service like M-Pesa set for the Ethiopian expansion. So I guess such the new trend might be affect this fintech. And then if the mobile payment will be developed, I think like e-commerce or other like the companies related to fintech might be affect the many impact. Okay, so then this is like startup ecosystem builders. There are several like the ecosystem builders in the Addis Ababa, especially Addis Ababa, like funding hub or like the event or like government. Actually, the number of builders is increasing the 15 during the 1 year. Then why the people attracted to the Africa, Ethiopia. So reverse innovation become one of the keywords. So that's what is defined in 2009. The strategy of innovation in emerging or developing market like Africa and then the distributing market, the innovation in developing market like Japan or America or like Europe. So this historically like product is or service bonded in the developed country and moved to Africa, but opposite things happen. For example, like payment system, like PayPay in the like model in Japan, it was started in India, but went to the Japan. So such things we can expect it in the future. Then I would like to introduce one example like Orbit Health. So this company was selected in the JICA Ninja competition in 2020, 2 years ago. So they are operating health tech, and then they have a platform, comprehensive practice management system. And then hospital can use this platform to manage the patient, the information or the management of the medical stock. Then, but during the COVID-19, the like big issue that the one like big issue in the health tech in Ethiopia is that the patient need to wait a long time in the hospital because of the lack of management and then the very few number of the doctors compared to the patient. So during COVID-19, actually it's become one of the reasons the virus expanded. So they developed this two system, all health, the patient management, and all wallet, the healthcare serving. So the patient actually if they want to go to the hospital, they could like register the booking to meet doctors. Also they can like get the advice even through the smartphone. Also there's some new idea like all wallet. This is a like health tech financial platform. So through the application, the patient can send money, receive, and pay some like cost related healthcare. I think this is it's quite new even in Japan. Yeah. So such like Orbit Health is the really like the developing this the world, and then as a Project Ninja supporting such a startup like bringing a new innovation. So today, the 8 startup which is selected will have a pitch. Actually, they selected and went to the Dubai, the one of the biggest event, JICA Global. So I hope, they will do the best today, and I'm really looking forward to their pitching. So thank you very much. So we plan to have the extension program from this December. So if you are interested, please Google JICA Ninja. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sachiko. So great. Now we heard from the investor side, we heard from the JICA side, and now it's time to hear from the Ethiopian government side. One of the key players in all this is Mint. So let's dig a little deeper into the Ethiopian startup environment, and let's talk to the ministry, the Mint of Ethiopia. So please help me in welcoming Mr. Magarsa Brahanu Ababa. He will talk about the attractiveness of the Ethiopian startups from the government's perspective. So help me in welcoming him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm Brahanu from Mint. My presentation is about Ethiopian market attractiveness from the government perspective. In this presentation, I will try to explain what key roles the ministry is playing in creating conducive business environment for startups what we achieved so far, and our future plan. The main task of the ministry is to advance the development of innovation and technology in the country, to build a knowledge and technology-based economy. To realize this strategic goal, the ministry has already developed the national STI policy and also identified major programs and projects so as to enhance innovation and startup support in the country. And also we are working through various supports to promote research and development and technology transfer. And also as a ministry, we are working on infrastructure building across the country. We have so many initiatives. I will try to explain some of them. We have Startup Act. This act is a proclamation, a law, which is designed to unlock many opportunities for startups. This startup gives so many opportunities for the startups. It tries to address the challenges they face during farm formation, during operation, and the like. It has incentive also. These acts identified the incentives that the startup entertain, like it has identified the tax exemption, and also it gives an opportunity to get access to develop the ideas. The other initiative we have as ministry is portal development. The whole startup support will be managed and facilitated using digital platform. You can access using the address displayed over there. And the other thing we have as a ministry is building innovation and technology development infrastructure. Government is intensively building digital infrastructure across the country. And the other initiative that we have and currently working is that innovation for development projects, which is financed by United Nations Development Program. This project tries to address the challenges we face in the Ethiopian ecosystem. Issues related to policy, issues related to the integration problem among institutions that support startups through different mechanisms. And also we are working on capacity building in collaboration with various actors. When we come to highlight our progress so far, in the last 2 years, we have tried to support more than 450 startups. Among them, more than 12 are found to be successful. They tried generating revenues. When we come to our last this year performance, we have supported more than 90 startups. When we come to our plan for the future, the ministry is planning to support 50,000 startups over the coming 10 years at the rate of 500 per year. And also we have the ambition to create 2,000 jobs through Khalifa Fund projects. These are the partners, international partners working with us, JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, COICA, GIZ, UNDP, and also we are also working with international private organizations like Orange. The Orange is a France-based company working on the ICT development in Ethiopia. This is the demonstration the ODC is giving for training giving and incubation service given by Orange. And also as a country, we have talent school. This talent school is recently inaugurated by our Prime Minister. This is the school where talented people, the people who have special gifts, get into and nurture their talents. And finally, they will come up with something creative that improve our work, our life, and many things around us. This is the technology center that the ministry is planning to build in one area of the Addis Ababa. The main purpose of this technology center is the people who have innovative idea get into this center and develop their ideas further and help the people in addressing various challenges. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brahanu, for giving us an in-depth look into the Ethiopian innovation landscape. So now we're getting to the next part of our program today. So we're going to hear from the 8 companies, startups. But before that, I would like to introduce the evaluators. We have selected 4 evaluators to evaluate the pitch, the 8 pitches by the startups. So first, I would like to give an opportunity for the for the evaluators to introduce themselves. The first one is the one who gave us a presentation earlier, Mr. Sigeru Handa from AAIC. So I would like to give him an opportunity to introduce himself a little more so that you get to know him this time, not as a presenter, but as an evaluator. Mr. Handa.
Thank you very much. Yes, as I touched, my name is Shigeru Handa. I'm the director of AIC Investment based in Singapore. And I have been investing in Africa since 2015. And yeah, we are looking forward to invest further in the Africa continent as well as the Ethiopia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Handa. The second evaluator is also joining us online, Mr. Yannick Gayama, a Japanese investment investor of Double Feather Partners. And so, Mr. Gayama, let me give you the opportunity to introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you very much. My name is Yannick Gayama, based in Japan, and I work for Double Feather Partners. We are an investment/advisor company. And so we essentially invest in African tech startups and also work with corporates to try to leverage a little bit more strategic investments. We're about to launch our first fund in order to invest even more significantly instead of doing direct from balance sheet. Me personally, I am from Congo. I grew up in Ethiopia. I was there between 1987 and 1994, I think, at Lycée Gebre Mariam, for those who are familiar with the country. And so, but I'm also Canadian as well. And I tend to, focus a lot of my energy in trying to bring more of Japanese investment, or at least interest in investing in African tech startups. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
በጣም እናመሰግናለን አቶ ጋያማ። ስለዚህ ከእርሶ ጋር በአማርኛ ማውራት እንችላለን ማለት ነው።
Yeah, my Amarinya is pretty dead right now, but I did catch a few. I understood what you said, a few words what you said.
It's okay. With this opportunity, I think you'll get more chance to speak and to bring back your Amharic. But thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
The third and the fourth evaluators are here joining us in person. So first, I would like to give the opportunity to Ms. Helena Zanaba from Kazana Group to introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction and the invitation. My name is Helena Rasom. Helena Zanaba Rasom. I'm the managing partner of Kazana Fund, a newly launched venture capital fund and also an angel syndicate that focuses on investing in African founders. Quite excited to be here today. I'm looking forward to hear all the pitches. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Helena. And last but by no means least is Mr. Burhanu Bayena from Ethiopian Cybersecurity Association. Please come here and introduce yourself so that we can, the online guests also can see you.
Thank you very much. Good morning and good evening. Glad that I am here. It's also an honor. Burhanu Bayena. I am a computer scientist and worked for nearly 3 decades in Germany, Hamburg. Now I'm back and just giving back also to Ethiopia, to Africa, where my root is best. I have been also participating in the last year. I think it was also in September, ended September, another competition. So I'm from the Ethiopian Cybersecurity Association, a newly established professional association supporting in cybersecurity as well as in technology, digital transformation in Ethiopia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Burhanu. Dr. Burhanu Bayena represents the Ethiopian Cybersecurity Association in this event. So now let's get to the presentations and the Q&A of the first group of the companies. So we have 2 groups. First 4 will present, and then the second 4 will present later on. We will be accepting questions from the audience, so please send us your questions by writing them in the Q&A section for startups, those of you who are on the platform. And there will be a voting later on, so don't forget to listen attentively so that you can vote for the companies that you think are more interesting. Well, all of them are interesting, all of them are valuable, but just for this purpose, we have to rate them. That's why. So now I would like to invite Mr. Aklilu from Mint to give us a brief overview of this presentation, this whole pitch. Please let's welcome him warmly.
Thank you, Betty. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aklilu from Ethiopian Ministry of Innovation and Technology. I'll be giving you a brief overview about the first presentation, the first pitch actually. Well, according to many studies, Ethiopia hosts around 6 million managed honeybee colonies and nearly 10 million feral colonies. And 2/3 of the world's production depends on pollination by honeybees, and 50% honeybees are losing hives. In Ethiopia, now 10 types of honey products are produced depending on altitude in different parts of the country. This made Ethiopia #1 in natural honey production in Africa and the 10th place in the world. However, there are several marketing, natural and financial constraints that hinder beekeeping adoptions in Ethiopia. Quality package development mechanism, knowledge sharing in honey beekeeping, modern hives development, and improving the skill of the farmers are the basic issues in honey beekeeping in Ethiopia. Anabi is a company of smart apiary box using IoT and AI solutions for hive monitoring and decision support for farmers, which are aiming to promote solutions to the challenge of honey production. Anabi aspires to solve the lack of pollination and forage through using its potential expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome co-founder and CEO of Anabi Agritech, Mr. Abi Tadius.
Thank you, Mr. Aklilu, for inviting me very warmly. Good morning, everyone. Do we have the timer? Sorry? Hello, everyone. I am Abi, founder of Anabi. We at Anabi say, be smart, planet smart. Where's the pointer, please? So we think there's a huge global problem in managing bees. Bees are dying in our globe, and as a result, we're coming up with very poor pollination, and at the same time, we have bad bee product supply chains. In our world, we believe 50% of managed beehives are losing bees. These crucial human components in our world, and 1/3 of our food production depends on them. What we bring to you is an Internet of Things and an AI embedded beehive in order to monitor them and to provide decision support. Our product is a smart hive that will never, we hope, will never lose beehives or honey production for that matter, providing very constant supply of bee products to the globe from Ethiopia. So how are we achieving this? We embed this custom designed bee monitoring devices into the beehives, and where we can basically have a dashboard to monitor them continuously 24/7. And behind our web platform, we have AI-enabled algorithms that can detect 7 or even more beehive statuses. The honey market today is topping 10 billion USD in the coming years ahead after 2026. We are targeting honey importers across the globe and processors as well. We see Honey Flow Africa from Nigeria, Pollinity in Europe, and Anabi here. We are based here in Ethiopia. Our main competitive advantage, we believe, is technology. Like I said, being able to identify over 7 beehive states. Until now, we are the international partner of Smart Apiculture Management Services, the latest beekeeping research held on a global scale. Holeta Bee Research Center, an MOU already signed, supporting us in deploying hives, testing our products and everything. So far, we have invested $10,000 in product development. We are on the pipeline of injecting $50,000 and we have over $20,000 worth of servers that can take us for the next year or so. Like I said, we are deploying over 25 hives. We have pipelines across the globe with Honey Price Book and World Honey Exchange that will be our first gateway to the global honey market. Business model is very simple. We deploy the smart hives, but the honey suppers would be collected to a central unit where we also will be monitoring each and every beehive. The revenue stream is honey and beeswax. We started at June, hindered due to various factors in execution. We're currently testing, and by April, we hope to commence honey production and start initial sales. And by June of 2023, we'll be scaling this execution plan. I am Abri. Makasha Tasfai is a partner who has various businesses. Beza is our finance and admin. Simon is one of the best hardware engineers in Africa. Fasil is also also my favorite full stack developer. We want strategic investment.
Sorry, Mr. Abi. 4 minutes is up. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. It's a pitch. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Mr. Abi, for your pitch. Now we move on to the next page, and I'll be giving you a brief overview about the next page again. As Ethiopia adopts ambitious goals to boost its digital economy and create a favorable regulatory framework, more delivery businesses are expected to enter the market in the coming years. In Ethiopia, DHL and the state-owned Ethiopian Postal Service are the prominent players. Recently, digitization coupled with economic growth has finally given rise to several new tech-enabled delivery services in Ethiopia. Their growth has also been fueled by increasing internet penetration, urbanization, and growth of e-commerce. Much work is required as the logistics services are inefficient and transportation costs are very high in Ethiopia, which accounts for 35% of the cost of living. Cloud and server investment are good opportunities in Ethiopia beside of creating good techniques for transporting system. HE Express company encourage the growth of SMEs with flexible delivery times and hassle-free logistics service. They have already employed about 200 young people as transporters, creating many job opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming co-founder and CEO of HE Express, Mr. Tagabu Haile.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Tagabu Haile, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of HE Express. HE Express is a company which focuses on helping companies focus on their growth through hassle-free logistics services. And the problem, basically in Ethiopia, almost overall 90% of the logistics has been done in-house. And that makes it extremely fragmented and expensive. And an average price is close to $4 per delivery. And given how many population we have, and the ratio of car is very small, contributes to how much expensive the logistics is. So the solution we provide is by consolidation and optimization, and we can somehow do a route optimization and make it much more affordable. We do this through 3 ways. One is a flexible delivery time by introducing same-day and next-day delivery. And we use actually public transport to deliver. I mentioned we have a shorter of amount of vehicles, so using that helps us a lot, and it makes it easier to employ a lot of users who can just deliver by having a bag from HE and throughout the since we don't deliver food and other sensitive items, that makes it to do that. And thirdly is since we have unlimited amount of use, over 70%. So this gives us a solution through our technology to make it more affordable. And market size is over $1 billion market size, and being 3,000 packages are delivered every day throughout Ethiopia. This data is collected by our service since we have been operating for the last 5 years. And the business model, we have 3 types of service. We have express, same day, and next day. And depending on how much effort we put into it, the percentage we take from each margin is from 15% to 50%. And the impact, I think that this is the most exciting part of the slide for me. First, it boosts the growth of SMEs. By our service, they can be able to sell to anyone, whether it's e-commerce company, a shop, a gift shop, a clothing company, a shoe company, anyone that sells stuff online in the shops. Second is decrease the price of goods. And in Africa, it's close to 50%, and in developing countries, it's 16%. And that issue, we are looking to make it at least 15% cheaper than what it is right now. And job creation, and also less carbon emission, close to 150,000 metric tons per year only in Addis Ababa, and it's going to the regional cities as well. Traction, until now, we have an average of 1,500 deliveries per week, and we have delivered more than 150,000 packages to date. And we have over 200 gig workers, and our tech platform driving the growth of companies who organize this event, Flawless, in health, clinical laboratories delivering laboratory results, Ethio Telecom, Zemen Bank, and all other companies, including actually Safaricom for the launching of throughout Ethiopia through our logistics partnership. And computer landscape, it is almost the extent of that exists, but there are a few players, and you can see the marks here. And what's the future look like? So for the next 4 years, we are looking at extend our services to warehousing services, and there's a lot of e-commerce companies that they are using us, have their need, and also insurance. We plan to set up 800 pickup and drop points throughout Ethiopia to make it more still affordable and cheaper, and becoming a Pan-African through the Africa Free Trade.
Time's
Okay.
up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, አመሰግናለሁ።
Thank you, Mr. Tagabu, for your time. Now let's move on to the third page. Let's believe that augmented and virtual reality-based knowledge transfer solutions are effective tools for reducing poverty, increasing production capacity, and developing industrial skills in developing countries like Ethiopia. Augmented and virtual reality is some of the fastest growing sectors of today's world economy, and introduced to Ethiopia in a very recent time, and it's at infant stage in Ethiopia, we can say. The sudden rise of COVID-19 and deteriorating security conditions make protection of all heritage sites and revitalization of tourism a challenge, as the technologies are spreading far beyond the gaming world and into business and education, where it's being used to train employees and become a better technology in the education sector. Internet of Things and extended reality product industries application, besides of using them in gaming, creates great wealth and can be a good investment opportunity in Ethiopia. Guzotech is an Ethiopian Internet of Things and extended reality products prototyping startup headquartered here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The group targets to become the leading technology solution to build interactive, immersive experience for enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and the CEO of Guzo Technologies, Mr. Daniel Getachew.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Daniel, and I'm the CEO of Guzo Technologies. So let's start.
Apologies, there is some interruption due to some technical issues. We're trying to fix that. Just a few seconds, please.
Okay, thank you. So I want you like to see this pictures. So what do you feel when you see our historical heritage sites are destroyed? This is an example we have taken from France. It's Notre Dame Cathedral. So there was this fire accident. I can show you the next one. So due to some politics, war, we've been losing our historical heritage, and there is a big problem to tell our stories to the future generation. So the biggest problem these days, which we might not notice that much, is Africa is struggling to preserve and tell our stories to ourselves and also to the world. So we don't even know what's our past. So the solution, we offer an inclusive experiential packages that involves digital storytelling options for our customers. So that is through virtual reality, or we call it XR because it involves the power of augmented reality and virtual reality. So what we do differently, we create a virtual replica of an actual experience. So that experience, it could be it's a celebration, it's a cultural celebration, or we might take a historical heritage and put it in a VR with a gamified content on it. So we use top of the class game engines to create most of these experiences. So we are a startup based in Ethiopia. Our challenge is to use this emerging technology and apply it across Africa. So, and we are headquartered here in Addis. So we build this interactive and immersive experiences. So when I say immersive, we try to recreate the actual feelings of virtually touring all this historical heritage site. But it's not limited to historical heritage sites. We also put different companies, virtual museums, and we sell this technology to a lot of clients. So the benefits, we are creating engagements where there is an increased engagement, more project offers, and experience sharing. So a lot of our clients, they increased their, let's say, engagement through this business. So the pain point in tourism, imagine 2,000 years history wiped off from the earth. So we are trying to keep this by digitizing all the historical heritage sites by doing a photogrammetry technology like this, because it needs a lot of graphics. It takes some time. So that's how we try to digitize. And the first one, we also did simulated experiences like mass cultural celebration and other African cultural celebrations. So the revenue, yeah, we have some recurring revenue we generate from the market, and we have subscription-based models that we will be launching soon. So most of the business is B2B and B2G. We have worked with a lot of clients. We have engaged with at least one or two products of GuzoTech with a lot of entities. We organized, and we became the first African organizer out of the 16 country partners in Africa. And we are also creating communities. And we've been awarded with a lot of achievements, even including from Unreal Engine. It's one of the top gaming engine company, if you know Fortnite. And yeah, GuzoTech is led by this top talent, without me, probably. And we have an advisory board.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel, for your time. Now we'll move on to the fourth, probably the last from the first group. Improving agricultural productivity in Ethiopia is essential to alleviating poverty and meeting growing food demand in the face of environmental stress and climate change. Agricultural innovation and access to digital farming solutions have the potential to increase productivity while reducing the negative environmental footprint of agricultural value chains and food systems. Advances have been made in infrastructure development. However, most smallholder farmers in Ethiopia have limited access to digital farming due to lack of access to a platform for crop inputs, we can say, lack of quality products, very high demand of fertilizers, of course, inadequate mechanization service by the farmers. As Ethiopian youth population is estimated to be above 60% out of 120 million, which shows big investment opportunities with massive talent willing to play their part in developing digital agriculture in Ethiopia. Larsha is an Amharic equivalent to the phrase for agriculture. It represents the desire to fulfill the agricultural needs of smallholder farmers and commercial farmers through innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the software developer from Larsha, Mr. Emmanuel Zagaye.
Good morning and good evening as well. So I'll be explaining about the Larsha one-stop digital platform. So to start with who we are, I think we've been given a highlight of what Larsha is. Larsha is an Amharic equivalent to the phrase for agriculture. So it represents the desire to fulfill the agricultural needs for smaller farmers and commercial farmers through innovation. And what we do is we provide a one-stop digital service to smaller and commercial farmers to give them access to the limited inputs and also for both crop and livestock. And also we provide the mechanization services, agroclimate advisory, and also extension material as well. And how do we do this? We have a one-stop digital platform that embeds three key pillars. We have a Larsha agent model, a Larsha application, and also a call center. And through combining all of this, we provide, we make agriculture easy for the smaller and commercial farmers. The platform comprises of the Larsha app, which is user-friendly. We have two apps for the service provider and the agent. We have also a call center in different regions that is multilingual and provides extension and agroclimate advisory, and also a feedback loop. And we also have a Larsha agent, which are intelligent, motivated, creative agricultural graduates that engage in the smaller farmers community. So the backbone of this business model is the Larsha agent. Larsha agents, who are they? Larsha agents are agricultural graduates that are usually unemployed, and we employ them from the community which they serve, so that the farmers have a trust in line with the agents and the platform. Why Larsha agents? Larsha agents serve the community they serve in, so it's much favorable for farmers to engage with people that reside in the same community. And the role of Larsha agents is they provide a bridge. They bridge the gap of take grab between the platform and the farmer. So in the current status, we have like 642 Larsha agents. We're increasing by numbers. We map 1 Larsha agents to 1,000 farmers. We have 9 financial institutions working with us, 3,000 development agents, and 29 farm service centers, and 172 plus mechanization service providers. In terms of gender responsiveness of all the Larsha agents that are embedded in our platform, 30% of them are women that serve 50% of the women smaller farmers in our platform. I think I should go back and explain that the partnership, we partner with a lot of public and private sectors to better expand the agriculture sector, because it's not an easy sector to reside in. So we work with a lot of foreign partners and also public partners as well. In terms of financial sustainability, the Larsha platform charges an 8% commission for input transactions. So it's not software as a service. So it's basically this commission is divided evenly between the Larsha agent and the platform, and a 5% commission for mechanization service fee. And 1 Larsha agent is assigned 1,000 to 1,000 farmers, in which they serve the ones that are in their community. And why is Larsha unique? One thing is we understand the local context, and we have a decade of experience in the agri business with smallholder farmers. Larsha is not a subscription-based, and farmer pay when he or she receives their farming service. It has a multi-stakeholder approach involving public, private, and development partners, and it also has successfully launched in 5 different regions and is working with several sectors as well, and including livestock, crop. And this is the core team. Our core team is situated in Addis. We have several offices around the country in which we target different type of farmers to understand the context and apply the platform accordingly. So one thing we do is we're reaching the SDG targets.
Sorry,
simply with-
Mr. Amanuel, your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All the four companies are truly impressive. Well, good luck for those of you who are voting, and special wish of luck goes to the evaluators, because I'm sure this is going to be a very difficult job. So let's just hear, and also please help me in saying thank you, expressing my gratitude to Ato Aklilu Zaude for facilitating this first round of pitches by the four companies. So Mr. Aklilu is from Mint, and thank you very much for your service. So now let's hear some questions from the evaluators about these four companies. So when you hear your questions, then you will get a chance to answer. Okay, so evaluators, both online and here in person, you can forward your questions to this startup founders and impressive entrepreneurs. Okay, Helena.
Great. Okay. Awesome. It works. So my first question is to Anna B. And I would like to understand the market size that you're targeting. You've mentioned that the honey market is $10 billion, but in Ethiopia, what's the market size that you're targeting at the moment? Is that $10 billion in Ethiopia?
Local market.
The local market.
We want to target the global market, meaning the market that's currently in the US, the EU, Japan, and a little bit in the UAE. Those are the markets in the figures. And the product, or how we want to be selling and how we come into the market is not directly targeted to the local market.
Should I just continue, or does it work?
Yeah, you each have 2 questions, so you can use your second chance.
Cool. Awesome. So my next question again to Anna B is in terms of the pipeline of paying customers that you have. I do understand that, it's still under development, but do you have any letter of intents from paying customers? What does it look like at the moment?
Very definite conversations. One I have on my WhatsApp, another one on LinkedIn. We're just waiting for a few samples, ready to buy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any one of the evaluators have questions for any of these entrepreneurs?
Hello, I have, sorry. I have 2 questions as well. It's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So my first question is for Anna B, and just to clarify, basically going back to your business model, is that the revenue stream will come from the sales of honey, but not from the device? Or did I misunderstand?
Yes.
If you could please clarify that, that would be just one element. And the second question is for Guzo Technologies, just to get a better sense of your target customer, if you can elaborate a little bit more on who do you intend to target and how you will target them. Thank you.
So in terms of what we'll be using as the revenue stream, we're going to stick with B&B products. That's honey and beeswax. But there are so many reasons why bringing in the technology as a subscription model, we find it very hard, and the operation of beekeeping will never hinder the scalability of what or how we want to go into market, which is why we have considered this as a viable way to go and enter and get in business.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Yannick. So our business targets are, like I mentioned, it's business for, businesses and governments. So we work with the tourism institutions across in Ethiopia, and also airports, parks, and especially some corporate companies who need to showcase virtual-based galleries like banks, and also some other showroom companies. So let's say if we target the airports, there is a nearly 12 million transits came to the Ethiopian Airlines or the Ethiopian airport. So they just have 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours of time to stay. And we are using that gap to make this business and create revenue and foreign currency to our country. So this is like one use case, but we will be duplicating the same experience across all our other airports and also Africa. So for now, we are working with business entities and the government institutions, but now we will be also launching consumer-based websites who wants to experience our histories and some other experiences virtually.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Burhan.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have one question to Anabi. It's not clear for me how smart is your solution. How intelligent is it? Could you please go a bit and tell us? Probably the time might be short.
Right now, we are a little fuzzy logic smart. We can be able to compare beehive statuses with ambient temperatures, which will guarantee zero loss in any kind of production. But we plan to go further sophisticated as far as identifying swarming states, brood rating states via data from temperature and possibly weight. But we haven't been able to produce any kind of models regarding that point.
Thank you. I have two questions for Ishi. One is the logistics. You use a public transport system, and how is the agreement? How can it be sustainable unless you have your own logistics system? The other is what makes you different from the existing courier service?
Thank you so much. So we have vans, we have bikes, motorbikes, etc. But the amount of bikes and vans available in Addis is very limited compared to the demand. Because I also sit in the Ethiopian Couriers Association as the president. We have this analysis. So then the challenge brought us to use public transport. So when I say public transport, is actually I don't have any contract with the public transporting companies. We have a contract with individuals who are gig workers for us. And I might have a delivery from Mescal Flour, Mescal Adababai, all the way to Bole Delhi, and it could be 15 to 20 deliveries. And the person picks from my office around there and delivers all the way to that. So it's basically I have a contract with the individuals who deliver for us, but they use public transport to deliver the packages.
Okay, thank you. Just one question for Guzo Technology. How do you deal with the copyright, intellectual property right when you are dealing with the historical artifacts?
I think we are a content, the technology providers. So we don't own the historical heritage sites. We still need to work with the Heritage Authority and also the Ministry of Tourism. And I think, and we believe these historical heritage sites are also the property of the public. So we are not using that to profit, but we just create a way to sell it and promote the country's historical heritage and all the cultural experiences. So in the state, we are working horizontally and in collaboration with this government institutions to promote the Ethiopian historical site, but as an XR creator company, we have also are working on prototyping educational materials. So we have other business streams still we can profit from, but for the historical heritage sites, we still need to have the license and the authorization from the proper government institutions.
Thank you.
Actually, I didn't respond one question. What makes that different from all the courier providers? Yeah, we have the post office, DHL, and the individual motors as the competitors for us. And we have the biggest number of parcels compared to the startups on a daily basis. And DHL basically focus on international shipping, while post office also focus on the upcountry. And from my presence, you have probably seen we service the biggest banks and telecom companies. So I don't like bragging about this was different about us, but if you can see the portfolio of the companies that we have, basically we manage to deliver packages and at the time we promise through our flexible delivery time and the technology that we use, making it affordable. And finally is actually the fact that we use public transport makes it actually affordable than anyone. When I say it costs us $4 to deliver in average, we are doing it at $2 per deliver per average. We have helped, for example, our bank to deliver ATM cards from 1 week to 1 day, and from 200 per delivery to actually 50 per delivery. So the model we use and the system we use to deliver makes us stand out. But I think it's the innovation of a company and the team that we have committed that really makes it continue in the scale.
While you still have the mic, Kirubel has asked if you have delivery outside of Addis.
Yes, we deliver to Hawassa and Adama right now by our service, but since I mentioned we are helping Safaricom to launch throughout Ethiopia, we actually deliver to more than 20 regional cities by our partners throughout Ethiopia.
Great. So we have another question from Fasil Jugu, and that is for Annabi. He says, as I understand, the system monitor and manages conditions in hives. How does the system fit with our traditional beekeepers? And how does the system alert beekeepers to the need for timely intervention?
So I would say a beekeeper, we need to understand, like, this question comes along so many times, but a beekeeper is a highly skilled professional, and that beekeeper would be Annabi's beekeeper that would probably be a botanist or any one of those things. Not everyone is a farmer, so we need to understand these points very clearly. So anyone that wants to engage, we're not even looking at that that way, but anyone who wants to be a good beekeeper can be a highly skilled beekeeper that uses technology with Annabi. So that's a beekeeper.
Thank you. Mr. Sigaro, do you have any question?
Oh, yes, thank you very much. And very great presentation. I really appreciate that. I have several questions about the, how your solution can be effective or those. But the one suggestion is that it's better to, simplify what you offer and your business model, for all of you. But the my one question across the four of you, if you can share with me just one word or one sentence, what is the unique selling point?
So from my case is helping businesses scale without worrying about their logistics from investment and time wise.
Thank you.
So like our slogan says, innovate better. So we use the latest emerging technologies and apply it across Africa.
We would be supplying any sort of bee products and keeping bees safe, and being able to provide bee products without any interruption.
Thank you. One-stop digital platform and make agricultural easy for everyone.
All right. Any more questions from? Okay. Yes, Selena.
Sorry, like I thought we were going one by one, but I do have a few questions. The first one would go to Guzo. Great presentation again, but what I would like to understand is your business model better, particularly in terms of the path to scalability. Given that VR headsets are relatively expensive in the African market, even internationally, how do you plan on penetrating the consumer market that you've mentioned that you're planning on getting into? And also in terms of the B2B companies and the relationship that you're building in that way, how do you plan to scale it and actually increase your revenue?
Thank you. For the B2C market, we are not expecting the customers or the end users to use VR headsets or any gadgets, because we've been working hard for the past 3 years on building all these experiences into a web-based experience. So you just need to open the whole experience in your smartphone or in your laptop with a 360 view, but having said with all the immersive storytelling features. But we have been working with all these VR things for the business. That's why we started working with business entities and the government, because for us, they are the only capable and they can afford buying all these headsets. And if we deploy, let's say the VR headset, the decent one will be around $500. But the market they can attract through that VR headset will be around $1 million, specifically when we studied in airport. So that's how we prototype and test the market, but we still have different clients, not only from Ethiopia, but across Africa. And we, through partnership and through new experiences, we are also scaling up our revenue streams, and not only to the tourism sector, we are now working with other government entities for the TVET sectors.
All right. Thank you very much. I think for the interest of time, we're going to have to stop this part here. But once again, all of you online and here, please give the warmest round of applause for Anabi, Shi, Guzo, and Green Agro. Thank you so much. All of you have been really amazing, and the presentations were remarkable, and I wish you best of luck. So for the second part, I will invite Ato Nagada from Mint. Mr. Nagada Isaac is going to facilitate the second part of the pitch. So please come and take over the podium. Thank you.
My name is Nagada Isaac, and thank you very much, Mr. Aklilu, for the 4 presentations. So the 5th presentation will be all-in-one app. The concept of all-in-one app was devised in recent years. An all-in-one app combines various app features under one interface on a single app, making it easy for users to do tasks that they would usually use multiple apps for. All-in-one apps are also known as super apps. The best example of a super app is WeChat. WeChat started as a messaging service, but it can now be used for everything from ordering food to booking a cab or a taxi. All-in-one apps have not yet found the success they were looking for. Only one industry truly uses the benefit of all-in-one app, and that is the banking and online payment industry. The industry growth has brought advantage in recent time, and we can say it is a new for Ethiopia, which could be the possible breakthrough and investment opportunity in the near future, as many applications in Ethiopia has a chat function only, which is not linked to online sales and mobile money. And Infinity Technologies, Hologram. Hologram is an exciting single application platform which users can not only communicate, but also call, rides, shop, pay bills, use mobile money. Hologram plans to reach and connect 30 million internet users by 2028. Dear ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CEO of Hologram, Mr. Leol Mokonnon.
Thank you very much. My name is Lul. I'm the CEO and also founder of Hologram. So yeah, It's good. All right. So when we come to when I start with my pitch, I start with the African digital infrastructure. So Africa digital infrastructure has raised more than $9 billion since 2019. So currently, despite that, in Ethiopia, only $50 million has been raised, and currently in Ethiopia we have more than 110 million users, fourth with GDP compared to the Africa market, and third with the internet user, more than 29 million internet users, and fourth with the developer community. And also recently, Safaricom has launched their services in Ethiopia, and also the financial infrastructure is also underway to be privatized for also the international market. So what is Hologram? Hologram is connecting the 29 million internet users through chat-based social engagement platform. So people can chat and socialize, meet new people, and also grow their community. So our user acquisition, we have more than 800,000 users since Q3 2021. And our blended cost for single install is 0.02 USD. And we are growing. So when we come to our engagement, our 50% of our monthly active users are our daily active users, and it's growing sticky. So when we come to our user retention, we have a good user retention. If you see the industry standards, if you have 30% retention in the first month, that's a very good retention rate. But after 8 months, we have still the 30% of our users. So basically, Hologram is the first thing our users check in the morning, the last thing they check when they go to sleep, and every hour in between. So basically, they listen to music, feed, chat, share photos, news, and they also explore. So on daily basis, our users, so currently we have more than 110,000 daily active users. So those active users spend around 30 minutes every day. So basically that's WhatsApp level engagement. So currently we are raising capital to grow our team, launch new use cases, and also deepen our engagement. So when we say deepen our engagement, we want to go from 30 minutes to 60 minutes, and also from 110,000 daily active users to 1 million. And also when we say the launch new cases, we have a marketplace that we are experimenting with a small group of people. So we have around 6,000 merchants that are selling their goods. So that's one thing, and also launching iOS application because we don't have that currently. So currently we have created a relations. So we have more than 10.3 million relations built through what we have in our database. So our team, I'm the CEO of the company. Tabor, he's a CTO, and also Adra, he's a marketing. Brahan is a lead developer. We have more employees, but these are the ones that are core to the product. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the timely presentation. The next presentation will be a presentation on pulp and paper manufacturing. There are many pulp and paper industries all around the world and the globe. And in Ethiopia as well, different companies are involved in production, distribution of paper and paper products. Most of the industries, especially those in developing countries like Ethiopia, produce paper from pulp obtained from wood cellulose. Ethiopia is not producing its pulp, and mostly the paper industries depend on imported pulp or recycled paper. There are critical limitations in synthesizing pulp and paper from wood-based cellulose resources, mainly the scarcity of wood in some countries and the impact of altering the ecological balance. and through frequently deforestation and replantation practices. This makes right now 4 billion trees are cut down annually just to make paper. And Ethiopia companies are face challenges such as lack of foreign currency, lack of funds, and high logistic costs to transport raw materials from outside of the country, making paper production in Ethiopia expensive and of low in quality. The sixth presentation, leading edge trading policy, Zafri Papers. The leading edge trading policy company will produce 100% wood-free pulp, paper, and paper products using agriculture waste. The goal is to provide a solution to deforestation and to change the low quality and high price of the paper industry. Dear ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO, the co-founder and COO of Zafri Papers, Mrs. Betelian Fikre.
Thank you so much, Nagada, for introducing Zafri Papers. Good morning, everyone. This is Betty. Let me begin by telling you why we exist. Okay, so these are 4 giant problems that we are trying to address as a company. We all use paper and paper products, and we're killing more than 4 billion trees every year just to make paper, and we're contributing massively to the global deforestation. And wood paper manufacturing by itself has high carbon emission and high production costs. And the other problem is, as Nagada mentioned earlier, local paper manufacturers, they are facing different kinds of challenges to import wood pulp. So they have to wait like 6 to 12 months just to import this wood pulp. And at the same time, there is a foreign currency shortage, as you all know. And on the other side, small farmers burn agriculture waste after harvesting just to get a quick turnaround of crop. Yeah, so this is where Zafri comes in with a single solution for these all multiple problems. Yeah, we produce 100% tree-free pulp and paper using agriculture waste. So our product is 100% recyclable. It can be used to make any types of paper. So we use 90% less energy and 70% less energy and 90% less water when we compare it with the traditional process. And of course, we have low carbon emission and low production costs. Yes, and 100% eco-friendly. So not only our product is eco-friendly, but the overall production process is eco-friendly. We use a closed loop system in which our liquid waste is reused for further production, and our solid waste is an organic fertilizer. So we give them for the small farmers for free. Yeah, so as you can see, the market size, the numbers are huge. So this demand is growing like at 10% in Africa every year. So initially we started as a very small startup company by cooking our pulp and making our paper in our houses in different laboratories, and now growing into a factory. We're in the process of setting up our factory, and we're looking to be fully operational next year. So we've achieved some milestones so far. We've raised an investment from foreign investors. We have signed a customer commitment agreement with paper manufacturers who are willing to pay 50 to 100% in advance as a down payment. And also we work with more than 8,000 small farmers who are willing to work with Zafri Papers. And of course, we're doing on our product to meet the ISO and TAPI standards. And of course, recently we're engaged with 100 Plus Accelerators program, and we're doing a pilot testing with them. So in the future, of course, after being fully operational, our plan is to increase our production capacity and increase our market outreach and expand in Africa and the rest of the world. And our aim is to dominate the global market with Zafri Papers product. Yeah, so as you can see, our revenue projection graph, both our revenue and net profit grows exponentially, and we start making revenue starting the first year. So when we compare our product with other products that are available in the market, ours is much cheaper, as you can see on the table. It's much cheaper. It has low production cost and it has best quality. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you, Betelium. The next presentation will be number 7, digital-based soil testing instrument. Agriculture is a pillar in the African and many other nations' economy. To farmers' development in new technologies will help them to have better farming activities. Without having the information about the soil nature, it will be difficult for the farmers to have the cultivation process in an effective way. The conventional method of farming is a time-consuming process as it employs the human labor, collects the data and take it to laboratory for testing purpose and result. Thanks to the technology today, there are existing multiple options to address the necessary challenges to design the intelligent practice in agriculture. Today's world, technology helped a lot that agri-tech companies can employ different sensors for measurement of remote monitoring of soil moisture, temperature, humidity, and much more. The farmers can access fertility of soil on their mobile application and intelligent method which suits the requirement of the crop in respective fields for better yield. In Ethiopia, lack of crop selection errors and poor crop soil compatibility contribute to low agriculture productivity beside of weak market linkage and limited use of improved seeds, fertilizers, and pesticides. Omishitu Joy, the 7th one. Omishitu Joy has developed an agri-tech device that measures appropriate parameters that tells about the status of soil along with the mobile application which receives the measures from the device and recommended appropriate crop for an appropriate farmland, including amount of fertilizer to be applied. Please welcome the co-founder and CEO of Omishitu Joy, Mr. Tagabu Hale.
Thanks for having me, this young AI programmer and farmer. I'm the Gauram CEO and the co-founder of Omishitu Joy Tech Engineering. That's for your information, Omishitu Joy means Farmer's Joy. I think today we are here by having a breakfast, which comforts us in a day, make our productive day. That's due to we know our interest, we know our best fit, lunch or even a breakfast. Therefore, we have that and we make our day. Soil do the same. So you'll have their own interest, their own best fit crop, as well as level of fertilizer to be applied, agroecology, and so many factors that matter the productivity of soil. So how can the soil do the same as we have selected our breakfast or as we have chosen our lunch? We came up here by not having the material or the sensing units or the gadget that measure or now the interest of soil. We are forced to have low crop productivity, and also there's no even single affordable machine that can tell the farmers how amount of fertilizer to be applied, what is aside in the farmland, as well as how much of additional fertilizer is to be applied. Therefore, we came up with a device. Currently, maximum crop productivity here in Ethiopia is 40 quintal per hectare. But if we apply our device or gadget, minimum we will acquire 90 quintal per hectare. This means that we will enhance 37% of crop productivity here in Ethiopia as well as in Africa. So we came up with a device which is so-called O device that can measure those all parameters, or in a single statement, this device is a device that senses the interest of soil. So it can measure vital nutrient levels, which mean nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and sulfur. Those are vital elements of the soil. Salinity level, sunlight radiation, measure soil pH level, soil moisture, and those all gadgets, including collect the GIS information and then suggest very productive crop or very productive either a plant that a soil can give us with its maximum effort. We have a device. As we see here, we have a device as well as mobile application. A device can measure the parameters from the soil and then send to our mobile application, in which there are more than 2 AI models are embedded. By using those intelligence, our device or our mobile application messages very productive crop for appropriate farmland. This will increase the crop productivity. Here, our business model is one direct sale of the device as well as giving service for the farmers. Farmer come up with the soil, the sample of soil from their farmland to our service giving centers, and then go back with the very productive or very appropriate crop for their farmland. So we can also mix fertilizer. Here, fertilizer mix meaning that we know that is not appropriate, is not possible to know in what amount do fertilizer, organic fertilizer aside on a certain farmland. If we know those measures, then we can know how to apply or how much to apply those fertilizers, which is imported with very hard currency. So our business model is this one. So our financial projection is that we will achieve more than $20 million in 2023 by having our production center. Our competitors are National Soil Testing Center, which is not open for public, as we know, it's not commercialized. It's only for policy making and such related activities. So Joy will come up with those all things. This is a very creative team, which is combined from agricultural experts, agricultural stakeholders, AI programmers, developers, and consultants. We have international partner, Ravish Car Group, and thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tidawu. The final presentation will be number 8, digital marketing jobs. Digital marketing, also called online marketing, is a promotion of brands to connect with potential customers using the internet and other forms of digital communication. This includes not only email, social media, and web-based advertising, but also text and multimedia messages as a marketing channel. In Ethiopia, a lot of skilled laborers are still found in old-fashioned way through various outlets and vendors rather than through the internet. Oftentimes, information is sourced through word of mouth or by calling various suppliers and asking if they have certain product services or skills to fix home products. At this time, unemployment rate is high, and on the other hand, many users sought service as customer and repair technicians, childcare, housekeeping services are not reliable. As many creative ideas are growing in Ethiopia, they become a very possible investment and job creation opportunity with the fastest technological skill growth of young generations. At TaskMobi. TaskMobi is an Ethiopian-based solution that connects customers with home service providers such as repair technicians, childcare, and housekeeping services through a mobile application and dedicated call center. The project will contribute to a job creation in Ethiopia by providing training to a large number of unemployed youth and women. Dear ladies and gentlemen, please welcome co-founder and CEO. Sorry. Mr.
Thank you for that. So my name is Mastali Hannes and I'm the product lead from TaskMobi. So on the pitch, let me start from the problem that TaskMobi is trying to fix. So in Ethiopia, as you all know, the number of job seekers is growing every year. And most of them, they're graduates from technical school, from TVT college. And also, when we do the survey, 78% of the customers, they don't have a reliable home care service provider. Like if they want a plumber or a cleaner for their house, they have to call like someone they know, and it's just not, it's not reliable. So there's a gap there in the service that we're trying to address. So we came up with a solution. We created a digital marketplace where those customers and job-seeking service providers can be matched. So we use a mobile application and then also a call center dedicated for it. And then the customers can order whichever service that they want. And for that, the target, the current market that we have is 454 million USD, but where we're targeting is 55 million USD. Out of that, the target market that we have is the middle income households that are willing to pay for convenience sake. So that's about 55 million USD, and it's keep growing by 10%. So the business model, what we do is we have three: B2B, B2C, and B2G. So when it comes to the B2B, the customer getting directly to the supervisor, we cut 15% commission from them. And that's how we make the revenue. And from the B2B and from the B2C, it's going to be depending on the contract that we sign. So what makes us different from the other, like from what's currently going on in the informal sector, is the way that our business model is built. Our service providers, we source them from the technical colleges, and then we give them soft skill trainings. And also we measure their qualifications. We have brought in expert plumber and cleaners to evaluate them, to get them into the level of quality that we want them to be on. And also we have found a guarantee for them, like a financial guarantor, which is one of the biggest questions that the customer asks, because when you hire a cleaner, they go into someone's house, they go into their bedrooms, so it's a bit of a sensitive area. So one of our biggest selling point is the fact that we can be guaranteed for our service providers. So it's a financial structure that we've partnered with a Bank. So far we have 3,800 registered service providers. For someone to be qualified enough to go live on our app and also be available on the call center as a service provider, they have to go through a series of procedures that we've developed. They have to be, we background check them. They have to bring in a police statement that they're crime-free, and also their COC qualifications from the TVT college. And those are the 3,800 service providers that we've already registered. And so far, in the 3 years of us being in business, 10,000 jobs have been successfully completed, and we've raised 10 million ETB for the service provider income, like they have gotten as an income. So when we see that the financial tractions that we had over the past 3 years already.
Thank you very much, the company representatives, and Nagada, special thanks for facilitating the second part of the pitch. So please, let's say thank you together. Thank you so much. All right, so entrepreneurs, the four of you, please come and take your stand here, because there is a round of questions coming for you. The mic, Nagada. All right, thank you. So both evaluators online and here offline, now is your chance to ask this entrepreneurs. All right, so who will take the first question? Who will give the first question? Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you again. Really great presentations. So I'm just gonna throw my questions and then you can pick them up. The first one is to hologram. Great idea. However, if you can elaborate a bit more on the business model, would be great. The business revenue model. And Zafri, love it. I would love to know a bit more about the moat. However, like how are you going to keep this to yourself? How are you going to basically protect your market, right? Like, what's the competitive advantage here? I would love to learn a bit more about that. Omish too, again, great, but what's the market validation done so far? And it is also mentioned that the app is subscription based and it's going to be based on web and mobile, right? But given the low internet penetration rates in the country, why is this the path used? And last one, Task Mobi. You've mentioned that the talent is going to be well vetted. So in terms of security, but how are you planning on getting over the cultural aspect? How are you planning on convincing people to actually get on an app and, call people that they don't know into their houses? I would love to know a bit more about that. Thank you. Okay, sure. So it's in terms of the moat. So, it's a great idea. Love it. But how are you basically going to make it harder for other people to get in, right? From copying their idea and getting into doing the same thing. Like what's the protection there? Is it like a unique algorithm? Like if it's, a unique product? Yeah, just if you can share a bit more about that.
Thank you very much. It's a good question. So when I come to our business model, so we have many applications. So hologram is similar to WeChat for China. So basically we are WeChat for Africa, and also like Line, maybe it's popular in Japan. So basically similar to Line for Ethiopia. So basically we have many applications that we have built. One of them is the marketplace. So our business model is all over the transaction cuts, and also another one when our user base get to 1 million, it will be ad-based model, like similar to Facebook, Instagram, and others. So those are our business models.
Okay, thank you. As Omishtu, we have the last slide. What I left was our market validation slide. Which means we have test farm and JIMA. We have tested there in collaboration with JIMA University and local agri sectors. Therefore, we have also introduced new crops for that agroecology, which is suggested by our device, and it became very productive. So due to that, currently we are on way of launching our device because it's approved by so many lab experts. I think the second question is that our device is it's online as well as offline, meaning that we have planned to open service giving centers. It's no need of updating by themselves. They can go to our service giving centers, and our experts there will update as well as uphold all those subscription process. It's not that much.
Thank you. So the idea is not new it's not new for the world. It has been done in Europe and in China and in India, actually. So I think in Ethiopia, the advantage is like first movers advantage that we're taking. So so we're doing pilot. So the utility model is in the process of patenting, but as I said, it's not new to the world. Thank you.
Okay, so for the question that things are done in traditional way currently, so in order to get that to make people use the services that we are offering now, it's going to be a bit challenging, but the plan that we have is once they try it out, they're not going to go back to the original one. So to make them try it out, we're focusing on pricing. So we know normally how it's priced, and we're going way below that for the first order that a person makes. We have a system built for that. And so once they have a taste of what convenience and quality is, they're not going to go back to the or traditional way of doing things.
Okay. Our evaluators online, do you have questions?
Yes, sorry, I was told that we're crushed on time, so I'll just reduce everything to one question. So first, Zafri, love your business. I won't ask you a question because I think I got the idea. TaskMobi, same thing. I did have questions, but I get the overall idea. Hologram, I was just wondering if you could tell us, just like any online platform that you mentioned, acquiring users is going to be the major thing and making sure they stay. How have you been acquiring users so far, and how do you intend to increase that? And the last question is it's not a question, but it's a question for Omishtu. Did you ever consider a collaboration with Lursha? So there was a startup that presented in the previous group. I think that they're talking to many of your potential customers. So I don't know if there's been a conversation between both of you in terms of how you could reach the market. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, a little bit. Ours is somewhat different from Lursha. We believe in prevention is better than cure. We have in device manufacturing, but by using their platform or their ecosystem, we will try to collaborate as business to business our customers. So we have been engaged in developing as well as manufacturing the device as well as the application. Their one is, I think, different from that.
Oh, my question for Lursha was for you to collaborate, basically, rather than compete, because maybe you can support each other in different areas in terms of customer acquisition. But that's it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Hologram, I think.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yannick. Mr. Sigaro, do you have any question?
Thank you. Nothing from my side. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, I got two questions. Oh.
May I?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for the inspiring presentations. Well, with the hologram, the first issue is the awareness level of the society and the technology use culture. So your expectation from your company is to grow quickly, but it's a slow process. Would you revise your model, or how can you believe us that it will be growing faster? The other issue is the cybersecurity issue in the software design system. You deal with citizens' data, so how is your model in cybersecurity issues? The second presenter, the Zafri, the agricultural products, the remnants are used for many things. And there is also a competition of getting these inputs. Most of the time, the industry's challenge is getting sufficient input. Why don't you use alternative way of getting your input? I heard the import, what you call in Tana, what is seen massively, it could be also used for paper production. Have you thought about that? So for the second Omishtu, that's also an excellent idea, cooperating with the university, but who is your close partner in distribution? The university can assist in research. Have you also thought about that, just with the Ministry of Agriculture, or to have an agreement? That's also very important. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So briefly answer your questions, please.
Okay, thank you. So the first one is how your goal is very big. So like for us, as far as we see. So we are based on the Telegram platform. So anyone can chat from hologram to Telegram. So Telegram is very popular in Ethiopia. So we adopt that platform. So it's relatively easier to grow in this market because Ethiopia is almost the number 2 when it comes to the Telegram user. So we are acquiring those users and helping them to be productive on that platform. So the problem we are solving here, maybe to make it clear, in Ethiopia, many problems are happening on the social medias. Like people are not hitting each other physically, just basically they are doing something bad in social media and that propagate to the real world. So that's the problem we see, and we want the young population to be productive because most people spend their times online, but they are not productive. So
we have been trying to collaborate with regional governments, DA, as well as Awash Agritech, some other startups, and as Mr. Yannick identified for us, we also gonna collaborate with Lersha, and those all will be our distribution channels.
Okay, Zafri, you have a question?
Yeah, so as we all know, the agriculture waste is used for livestock and also to make small houses like gojobet, we call it. And also they use it for different purposes, but we're targeting the ones that are not used for anything. So we've talked with government offices, and we have the numbers, we have the data, and we know that those numbers, they exist. So we're targeting that. We're also seeing other raw materials that are related, that are non-free. So anything not free, we use it. And about Mboj, you said, so we don't believe that something that's harming nature can be a source of manufacturing. I mean, we stand for nature, so we're not targeting that for now. Thank you.
Okay. So some of the questions that were forwarded by our participants online have been addressed through the other questions. So I'm only left with one for TaskMobi. The question is, how do you vet your service? How do you vet for your service providers? And do you take responsibility for any damages?
Yeah, that's the question that we get from our customers as well. We try to include it in the pitch, but how we vet them is they're already graduates from technical schools. So they have like the COC qualifications and all that. But even after that, in order to be available on our platform, they have to go an extensive background check. And also we've brought in an expert of plumbing expert from India just for this purpose, so that he can get them, like he can rate their qualification and decide whether they're good enough to be in the app. And also for the guarantee side, we've partnered with a Bank. So in case they break something, there's already money available in the bank in blocked account. That's just for guarantee services for the guarantee case. So in case something breaks, we take responsibility for the service providers.
Thank you very much. So give it up for the second part of pitch presenters. Wow, we really appreciate the initiative you took, all of you, all the 8 of you, to address the gaps and the challenge that you observed. All right, so now I would like to ask you, the audience here online, offline and online, to vote directly for the best African startups using Zoom's vote feature. So now Yeah, let me give you a few seconds to vote. And in the meantime, I would like to invite Mr. Hara from JICA to give us explanation of the 8 companies and the next part.
Thank you very much, Mehdi. So thank you very much, all startup. Yeah, it was great pitching. So yeah, from now, I would like to ask audience which was the best startup. So then today's top startup will be selected by your online participant voting and the 4 evaluators. So could you open the voting? So I hope you can see the voting now. So yeah, during the online participant voting, online participant voting. So I would like to the review the 8 startup. Yeah, what startup we had. Okay, number 1 is Anabi Agritech Solutions. So this startup deals with honeybee issue by smart ability box by using the IoT and the AI solution for the bias monitoring and decision support for farmers. Number 1. Number 2 is SC Express. So the Ethiopia's first flexibility logistic business for small and medium enterprise. So using the motorcycle, bicycle, and public transportation. Number 3 is Guzo Technologies, a leading IoT and XR product prototyping company in the Ethiopia. So they lead IoT and XR product prototyping company in Ethiopia. Number 4 is Green Agro Solution Ratio. They operate a digital platform the business that already reached 71,000 smallholder farmers. So expanding to the 5 rural region in Ethiopia too. Okay, then number 5 is a hologram. So with their single app, the user can use not only use the communication, but also the call ride, shop, pay bill, use mobile payment, like a Japanese application line. Number 6 is Zafi paper. So they produce 100% wood-free pulp paper, pulp product using the agriculture waste. Number 7 is Omishjoy Agritech Engineering. They leverage the manufacturing of the soil testing equipment that can find the right crops, the fertilizer by testing the soils. Number 8 is TaskMobi, the first digital market environment in Ethiopia that connects the customer with the home service delivery, such as the repair, the technician, child care, housekeeping service through the mobile application and the call center. Okay, I think it had enough time to voting. So yeah, let's see the result. Okay, so are you ready? Oh, okay, I will close now. So the top one is number 6, Zafi paper, Zafi paper. The second one, congratulations. The second one seems to be Guzo Technology, but still we don't know the result yet. Okay. Also, like Omishjoy got the point too, but we also used the 4 evaluators point too. So please wait. So during the calculation, I would like to introduce the special award from the companies. So yes, so I would like to invite. Yes. So first company is the Sumitomo Corporation. So I would like to introduce a representative, Mr. Takahashi.
Thank you very much, Hara-san. Good day, everyone. Greeting from South Africa. I'm Ryuta Takahashi, head of Sub-Saharan Africa Business Development Department of Sumitomo Corporation Africa, based in Johannesburg. It's great honor for us to present special award of this Ninja program pitch event to all 8 startups for the great journey to digitalization in Ethiopia for digital inclusion, financial inclusion, and so on. Taking this opportunity, let me introduce ourselves, Sumitomo Corporation and our business activities in Africa. Sumitomo Corporation is global trade and investment house. As Sumitomo Group, we have long history of 400 years, starting from copper mining and trading business in Japan. Sumitomo Group always follows very strict principle that is benefit for self and others. Private and public interests are one and the same. To put it another way, Sumitomo's business, while benefiting Sumitomo, must also benefiting the nation and benefit society. This represents the corporate vision that whole Sumitomo Group must always pursue. In Africa, Sumitomo Corporation has 60 years history with billions of dollars investment in mineral resources and power infrastructure. Based on the set principle, we are very honored to commit Ethiopia future as one of the stakeholders of Safaricom Ethiopia, with excellent partners such as worldwide telecommunication company, Vodafone Group, and British Financial Institute, BII. In addition to that, we, Sumitomo Corporation, is so much excited to announce we have concluded MOC, Memorandum of Cooperation, amongst 4 parties, Ministry of Innovation and Technology, Safaricom Ethiopia, JICA, and Sumitomo Corporation, for supporting such a great program, Digital Ethiopia 2025. Through these our activities, especially Ninja program of JICA and discussion with you all 8 startups, Sumitomo Corporation Africa will continue and accelerate our contribution to realize the bright future of Ethiopia. Namasakanam. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Mr. Takahashi. Yeah, thank you very much. So the second company is Safaricom Telecommunication Ethiopia. So I would like to introduce Miss Betty. Could you come to the stage? Thank you.
We are walking hand in hand with all of Ethiopia to move one step closer to becoming a partner for a digital future. Safaricom Ethiopia has been progressively switching on and expanding its network with the vision of transforming lives for a digital future. With over $1 billion invested so far and continuous investment to build infrastructure, systems, and our team, we are committed to offering you a network that connects people to people and people opportunities.
Taka konni ka internetete dikimele damadante hunni hitego barasisaw hiku kampani chida hidanke anno hatte le damadante amadamoi dadla huno lo sira huno danchu garinni lo siranna dadle ka entini tirfama ekkaundirano lo wonni ka lo tadafra internet dadalo ikko addadi coyrano balanka egennon kera lo wonni ka litanke tatedano
ሀገራችን ያለውን የኔትወርክ ተደራሽነት በማሟላት ማህበረሰቡ በቀላሉ ሕክምና ማግኘት የሚችልበት መንገድ መፍጠር ይቻላል። ኬንያና ታንዛኒያ እንደሚጠቀሙት የዲጂታል ሄልስ አገልግሎት የተሻለ በጤናው ዘርፍ ላይ ውጤታማ ነገር መፍጠር ይቻላል ብዬ ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ።
መስማት የተሳናቸው በጣም ኮሚኒኬሽን ቁልፍ እንደሆነ ተረድተናል። መስማት የተሳናቸው በብዛት የሚጠቀሙት ቪዲዮ ኮል ነውና ዲጂታል ኢትዮጵያ አካታች ነው። ሳፋሪኮም ጋራ ተስፋ የምናደርገው እሱን ነው።
ሳፋሪኮም በሰጠን ስልጠና ተሳትፈን ነበረ።
አሁን ደግሞ ሴሙም ካርዱም ስለመጣ ይሄንን በማስተዋወቅም በመሽጥም እየተሳተፈን ነው።
Ani wanta ka hogguu dhufe dura isaa aanee fudhachuudhaaf hedduu gammachuun na dhaga'ama. Maaliif waan bareedaa gandee fi barsiisuun waan bareedaadha. Waan haaree dura gandee fi barsiisa. Kanaafuu anarra carraan kun naa dhufee gandaa kana barsiisu jechuun hedduu naaf bareedaadha. Hedduu gammachuun na dhaga'ama. Fuulduraaf illee ijoolleen xiyya waan barsiitii seentuuf jecha ammarraa eegalee isaaniif waan takka takka lafa kaa'achuu waan hin qabu si dalagaa kana sitti eegalee jechuudha.
We believe that innovative Ethiopian ideas and solutions are in abundance. Technology will contribute to shaping the future with initiatives to enhance digital solutions with a special focus on education, agriculture, health, and business sector. We are building a new network with you and for you. Join us and let's go further ahead together.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bethlehem. I represent the strategy team at Safaricom. And as you saw, we believe that transforming lives for a digital future happens through supporting connectivity, which is important for innovation, and we are that enabler. As a proud sponsor of the special award for the Ninja event, we are providing the Kamam Safaricom Pocket Wi-Fi device that will support the 8 finalists with the best data connectivity in the market. is a pocket Wi-Fi device specifically designed for Safaricom 4G SIM cards. It has 6 to 8 hours battery life. It can connect up to 10 devices at the same time. And it has up to 10 meters signal coverage radius. It has a 32 GB memory card slot, so it's dual purpose and can be used as an external hard drive. It also comes with an LCD display status bar, which helps you track the battery life and signal strength. Safaricom is happy to provide this pocket Wi-Fi model, MiFi M31, as the special prize to the 8 finalists in today's pitch, along with our 4G LTE SIM card. This comes with a pre-installed data bundle of 100 gigabyte internet data package for this month. Additionally, we will be topping up 1,000 birr airtime balance every month for the next 6 months so that our finalists can purchase data packages themselves for the next 6 months. In addition to these 2 prizes, our third prize is the opportunity of mentoring services and business collaboration with Safaricom. Using Safaricom's high-speed Wi-Fi service, we hope these 8 companies continue to develop excellent digital service, which can contribute to overcoming social challenges in our communities and accelerating the growth of Ethiopia. Good luck to the 8 finalists in the next stage of the competition. To the 8 finalist entrepreneurs, well done. Yokuyata. Terusara. For the next stage of the competition, we wish you good luck. Gambate. Melkam eddil.
Yeah, thank you very much, Betty. It's really yokuyatta. Good job, I think. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so then I would like to introduce the third company, Kazana Group. So yeah, I will introduce the representative, Miss Sidonie.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Sydney Ross, and I'm here from Kazana Group. Kazana Group is an Ethiopian holding company that has invested and supported in over 15 businesses in Ethiopia with startup investments and is honored to participate in JICA's Project Ninja pitch today. Kazana Group aims to fuel youth entrepreneurship, promote pioneering innovation, bridge the gap between ideas, provide strategic advisory services to our investees to ensure their success in the future. As I mentioned, my name is Sydney Ross, and I'm the CEO of 251 Communications, a subsidiary of Kazana Group. We were once a startup. Now we're 10 years old, and we know how important it is for emerging, disruptive, and innovative companies to access the support they require succeed in some of the most challenging and formative years in their startup journey. 251 Communications has grown from a startup to become one of the leading 360 marketing and communications agencies in Ethiopia. We've worked with a range of businesses, both large and small, to support them in their marketing efforts in Ethiopia and beyond. We know the potential of each and every one of these companies, and we're happy to support them in their growth. Today, I'm pleased to announce our special award. So all participating startups will receive a consultative marketing and communications planning session with our team of experts at 251. The top 3 startups will receive mentorship from Mr. Addis Alamayu, who is one of the foremost thought leaders in the startup ecosystem and angel investing ecosystem in Africa, as well as the founder and the visionary behind Kazana Group. And I'm also pleased to announce that the winner will receive a complimentary press release drafting and distribution, as well as graphic design services for artworks to be used on social media for the next 3 months. Thank you for the invitation, and we wish all the startups continued success.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Sidonie. Thank you. So the next fourth company is the Dive-In Code Corporation. So I will introduce the representative, Mr. Idiodo from Japan.
Greetings, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Ilidio Timane. I'm from here from Dive-In Code, and we are a Japanese company as introduced, and we are in the education service industry. We provide IT engineer training through boot camping, offshore development, and human resource development as well. And currently, let me show you our vision, which is creating a world where everyone can play a role using the technology. We are expanding our services to Africa. We are not in Ethiopia yet, but I think after this wonderful event, we'll be able to collaborate with these startups. And then we are open also to collaborate with these startups to broaden their network in terms of business. And therefore, we are providing access for all the startups to our platform, for our LinkedIn platform for 6 months. And as I said before, we are open to collaborate, and we'll be very honored to dive into Ethiopian market. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Idiodo. Thank you so much. Then the final company is the Amazon Web Service, AWS. So AWS is the world's most comprehensive and widely adopted cloud platform, as you may know. That it offers more than 200 full featured service from the data center around the world. So AWS will offer the 3 special awards. First one is that the $2,000 in the AWS credit value for the period of the 3 months. Second one is technical assistance by AWS solution architects. The final one is that possible to have discussion opportunity with AWS. So this award will be given to the 3 agri-tech startups. So Green Agro Solution, Leisure, Omish Joy Agri-Tech Engineering, and Anabi Agri-Tech Solution. Okay, thank you very much, AWS. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think now like result is coming. So maybe it's time to know who is the number 1. Yes. Okay, so I would like to announce from third place. So the third place will receive the trophy from Mr. Tadesse of the Mint and the mentorship opportunity from Kazana Group. So could you, show the result? Okay, so I will come to the, okay.
All right, so we got the results now, and third place or the second runner-up is Guzo Technologies PLC. Congratulations, Guzo Technologies got the total point 69.75. Yeah. So 8. All right. So third place, Guzo Technologies, please come forward. Congratulations. Yeah, we had 8 entrepreneurs presenting today, and Guzo Technologies is the second runner-up. Congratulations. You've been doing a great job, and I hope with this opportunities, I know you will go even further. All right, first runner-up was 69.89 points is Omishu Joy Agritech Engineering. Congratulations. So that's first runner-up, that means the second place. And the winner, okay, congratulations. And I hope to see you in even greater places. And the winner of this competition was 85.25 points is none other than Zafri Peppers. Congratulations, you are Ethiopia Startup Innovation Pitch Award winner today, 9th of December 2022. Congratulations, you are the winner. And of course, it feels even better to see a woman taking over the first place. Yes, thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Okay, congratulations. All of you are winners, especially from 114 companies coming here and making it this far. All 8 of you are really amazing, and you're already winners. It's just we have to pick one. So Zafri, congratulations. All right, so I will now have to invite Ato Mesai from Mint to give us a summary of this meeting. Ato Mesai.
Thank you. It's not my first time to be on stage, but I have never been sharing a stage with winners of Ethiopia Startup Innovation Pitch. First of all, I would like to say congratulations. You are all winners. I would quote Matthew on this. You are all winners, but the winner of winners is Zafri today. Congratulations for representing the Ethiopian startup ecosystem today. I am from Generation X, you know. Most of you are from Generation Y, but so I love papers, and I would love reading it shaking. All right. Dr. Katsu Morihara, Director of JICA Ethiopia. Ms. Sachiko Hara, on-site participants, offline participants here. Private organizations, government organizations represented by many here. Pitching companies, all 8 of you. Judges, guests, and everyone. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for all of you taking part on-site and online for your interest, contributions, comments, questions, and positive energy that you inculcated to this event. Thank you for making this event on startup innovation and startup ecosystem a great success. It would not be the same without every one of you participating here today. I am Masai Hailemariam from Ministry of Innovation and Technology, Special Advisor to His Excellency Dr. Aisa Badada, the State Minister. I'm really honored to close this important event here today on his behalf. And this event is organized at a high time when Ethiopia has underwent so many reforms, including the homegrown economic agenda reform, which created an opportunity for companies like Safaricom and others to invest in the telecom sector. And when the financial sector is open to investors almost, and when we have successfully organized the 17th Internet Governance Forum just a week ago. And it's actually after a few days after celebrating the Global Innovative Week, where we have been all part of and where we have been all on media. And we are in a vibrant innovation and startup mood this week and this month. So it is a high time and it's a great time to have such an event. Thank you, JICA. Thank you, Mint, and thank you, every participant here. I would like to say thank you so many times. We have had the privilege of hearing so many business ideas, so many experiences, and so many great comments on the business ideas from the judges, from online participants, and from professionals in the business and investment area. We heard all from on-site and online, and we have seen not only aid today, we have seen a great way to various sectors. In agriculture, we have seen many agri-tech companies. We have seen many climate-related technologies. We have seen fintech technologies. We have seen healthcare solutions. We have seen almost everywhere, from tourism, everywhere, and we are glad to have such innovative startups in Ethiopia, and I'm really glad having such companies in Ethiopia today. They all were really inspiring, and all the ideas were great, and all of them were winners. I hope in the future we will have many, in thousands and in 10,000s of such companies, attracting investors not only from Japan, Asia, Europe, and the United States, but from all over the world, making Ethiopia a preferable destination for digital and tech-based investment, plus a preferable innovation and startup hub of Africa. Thank you for making this happen. I will say it again, without your participation, this event would not have been the same. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you, Ato Masai. Ato Masai Hailemariam is from Mint, and we really appreciate your presence here. Well, few more things to do. Earlier, because we were all excited, I missed a very important thing, and my apologies for that. Well, it's customary for winners to come out and give their acceptance speeches. Betty, please forgive me. And then now come here and give your acceptance speech for being the winner of this competition.
I'm not ready, but so I just want to say thank you. I have to give recognition for JICA because they have been, guiding us all through the ways. So thank you so much, the startup ecosystem. Other startups, we're all winners, as you all know. Yeah, so I don't have anything to say. Just thank you.
So, you know what they do, right? This generation, they take selfies. And I get to have a selfie with a winner, but I'm so generous. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Betty. Okay. So before we conclude, please let me just ask for one more favor, which is in the chat section, we have posted a link to a survey from JICA and Mint about today's hybrid event. So please take a moment to fill that survey because it will help us improve on the next projects that we're having. And one last reminder. TICAD, which is the Tokyo International Conference on African Development, will take place in Tunisia next year in August 2023. And there was also talk of private investment in Africa by the Japanese government. I felt that now that the world is changing dramatically due to the corona shock, we should have more opportunities to think about the themes of a new Ethiopia brought about by digital innovation, balancing business with solving social issues and strengthening the connection between Ethiopia and the rest of the world. So JICA and Mint will continue to organize more startup events in Ethiopia and get ready for TICAD. So this time it's going to be TICAD 2023. Oh, that was the last one? 2020? It's going to be 2020. Okay. So yeah, I actually had the privilege of attending TICAD 2019 in Yokohama, and it's one of the best experiences. So those of you who are thinking of that, start planning now because it's all worth it. You find really big opportunities under one roof. All right, so this is it for now, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to be the facilitator, the host of this event. And please, as it is customary in our culture and also in the Japanese culture, to break bread before we leave. And after such a great moment, I mean, we don't want you to just go. So let's have a moment to have lunch together and all the 8 winners here, and also to see what we can do together, because partnership is something that we can cultivate in this kind of platforms. Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. Have a great day.